Do you need a job? What type of job do you want? Maybe you want an average job with a decent salary. Or maybe you're desperate and you're willing to take any job because the world is falling down around you. The average job comes with a salary of $59,000 a year. That's about $28 an hour with little to no promotional opportunities. Is that what you want? Let's stick with average. Average seems like a safe place to be. What else is average? The average American is living paycheck to paycheck. They're $21,000 in debt. The average savings balance is only $8,000, and the average person can't even cover a $1,000 emergency expense. It's a horrible time to just be average. The only time that you should be focused on an average job or an average anything is if you're below average. And if you're below average right now, it's probably because you're not valuing the experience you already have. Understand that there's a plan out there. There's a path that if you take the actions day by day, you will end up in a better situation. But if you undersell your experience, you're going to be trapped at a lower level. Our reality is based off of our environment and our experiences. If you haven't been around ambitious people, it's hard to be ambitious. If you haven't been around high earners, high salaries, it doesn't seem like a reality for you, but it is a reality. I don't want to scare you, but there is a cost to having a better life, to having a better job. It costs three things. The first one is time. The second, there's an emotional cost. And the third one is money. If you're willing to pay the cost, you can have a better job. First is, can you commit the time? The time to match your skills and experience to a better job. And you might say, well, Armand, I don't have any skills. And I don't believe you, because if you held a job or two in the past, you have skills. You just don't know how to communicate them, but you have skills. You don't know what you don't know, and you need to start having a conversation with somebody. Talk to somebody, maybe from LinkedIn, maybe from your own real life, your cousin, your family member, whatever. Buy them a cup of coffee, 15 minutes. You want to be a project manager at Amazon? Find someone at Amazon that has the job. They've already proven that they can get there. They've already demonstrated that they have the map to success. Talk to them. Find out where your gaps are. Why aren't you experiencing the same success? Are you missing an educational component? Are you missing an experience component? You can identify what's missing. You can fill it, and then you can move closer to getting the job that you want. Then, do you have the time to apply to the actual jobs? Listen, we all have time. We have different priorities, and we choose how to spend our time differently. You have different priorities than I have, than the next person, but we have the time. Some people take that time, they get on Amazon Prime and they watch Fallout. I heard Fallout's a good series. Maybe they watch that. Other people, they apply 3 or 4 times. Then you have other people that do it simultaneously. You need to pick one, but you have to do the action that's going to give you the results. The next cost is emotional. How much rejection can you take? Can you handle being rejected 100 times? Can you handle being ghosted or being told you're not good enough or being told nothing at all? A lot of people can't. Their ego, their pride, it won't let them do it. So they shield themselves off and they don't even try. There's a guy who applied 100 times, got 8 interviews. Would you like 8 interviews? Are you willing to apply 100 times? Because there's another guy, he applies 10 times, 0 interviews, and he quits. He says, well, this path isn't for me because the indicators aren't showing me that what I'm doing matters. It matters. You just haven't been doing the thing on a long enough time horizon. That's why you're not getting any results. You can't stop. You can't stop. When you stop, the probability of getting to the next level, it drops to 0. You have to adjust, sure. You have to make adjustments, maybe pivot here, there, but you do not stop. You never stop. The next cost is money. This isn't really talked about much, but hey, listen, it costs money to apply for a job. Think about going to the interview. You got to get into a car. If you don't have a car, you got to pay an Uber. You're paying for gas. Maybe you want to buy a new suit, buy a new outfit to go on to the interview with. Maybe you have to take time off from work. You're losing money that way. There is a financial tag to going on interviews, to searching. There's other people that pay for others to write their resume. Do I think you should pay someone to completely write your resume? No. I believe every individual has it within their capability to write their own resume in a highly competitive fashion. But the problem is, people do not take the time to learn how to write it and then spend the time actually crafting it so that it can get results. That's the main issue. If you are feeling stuck right now, there's something I want you to consider. Maybe you haven't considered it, maybe you have. It's the public sector. Working in the public sector, start at your city, move to your county, then the state, then the federal government. Somewhere around you, there's a government entity where you could potentially work. If you don't know where to start, here are a few examples. Look at the post office, then VA facility, Social Security Administration, a military base, your city's town hall. You can start working at one of those organizations at a low level. 2 or 3 years goes by, now we can add some meat, some substance to your resume. You can compete for higher level positions. You can get on track to GS12, GS13, GS14. We're talking 6 figures. We're talking 150,000, 170,000 a year. This can be a reality. You need the relevant experience. You need the achievements doing the action. You can get on a plan just like this. Now, you might have to move around for some of these higher paying opportunities, but if you're stuck in a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year job, that does not have to be reality for you for the rest of your life. You have to put yourself in a little bit of an uncomfortable position, and you have to focus on the actions that will drive success. And you can escape that, and you can have a better future. The federal government has over 2 million employees. And if you look inside of those federal agencies, it's designed to give you upward mobility. You are not stuck in a dead-end position. You can always apply within the agency, outside the agency, across the world. It's not like Target, Wendy's, or McDonald's. You're not just stuck at a cashier level, then they stick you there. Maybe 10, 15 years goes by, nobody even checks in on you. You're still earning that $10 to $15 an hour. Now, of course, money isn't everything, but if you're in a situation, you're dealing with debt, rising expenses, healthcare issues, car problems, home repairs, then money can remove some of that discomfort in your life. And it can make way, it can make space for things that are actually enjoyable, things that bring you satisfaction. I believe too many people are settling for less when they do not have to. Be willing to pay the cost. Be willing to spend the time to harden your emotions in the job search, to be willing to pay the dollars if necessary, and stick with it. Do not quit. Do not falter. There is hope at the end of the tunnel. You just have to keep walking one foot in front of the other. If you have questions about federal government jobs, about the hiring process, about USAJobs.gov, about specific jobs in the government, I did a live stream recently. I answered over a dozen questions. A lot of these same questions, they could be on your mind. If you're interested in that, then I want you to watch this video next. If you would like to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.